Hey guys, Mark here, Celtic Crossbows. First video we're going to have for you over Christmas is on the rapid change mount system or QC mount system for your Steambow Stinger 2. This particular mount, I'll read this to you off the website because I don't want to get details wrong, because I did with one yesterday and I got to change, go back and change that. This is actually available over on Yegi, not 3D Cults. The design is a really nice design, okay. It's a beautiful finish, there's hardly any graining at all to it, and that's down to the quality of the printer I use, or the guy I use from actually over on 3D Cults. Now this design is free to download, doesn't cost nothing to actually download. It's a PD system, public domain system, that used to be on the old Amiga software, that if you download it and try it and like it, you can send a donation to the designer for it. Now I got a couple of issues with it, but first of all we'll have a look at the fit. The fit on the bow itself is a good fit. It's a real good fit. But I don't think you see there, the gates are slightly leaning inwards. We'll compare it with a Steambow, okay, a genuine Steambow prod, apples for apples, pears for pears against each other. If you look upside down there now, if I can get in the camera, the Steambow has shorter locking arms on the back as opposed to the 3D printed arms. And when you try to make the surfaces, try to get exactly in front of the camera, you can see a definite curve between the two. The Steambow sits flush, the printed polymer has a definite curve to it. So to bring the two surfaces together, you can see there, try and get in front of the camera as I can, the printed polymer has a curve to it, and that's because it's using the 90-pound bowline. Which way to? Yeah, it's this one. It's using the 90-pound bowline, and it's actually pulling the polymer slightly back. So I show you fitting an unstrained print. Okay, in the Steambow, she fits straight in, locks in. It's a really nice, good fit. The guy's done a good design job. This was printed with a 100% fill on the polymer, and I used PETG, I think it was. As you can see, it's a really tight fit. You'll have to, on the inside of the locking brackets, you'll have to file slightly the inside of the brackets for it to fit, to give sufficient clearance. Whereas the Steambow design, it's a lighter design altogether, shorter arms, shorter in the front, and it still locks straight in, works first time. So for off-the-shelf ease, the original factory Steambow system is still easier to use. However, should you find that you're in a situation where yours is broken and you need to print yourself and you've got the facilities to do it, a quick 3D print of it, it's a great design print. It's a really clean print. I've seen some prints which are quite bad out there, so it prints really well from the design. The only thing you will have to do on the inside of the limb, because of the slight pinching effect caused by the limbs, you'll have to file it a little bit on the inside. This is no problem to people who aren't used to you working with 3D stuff. You usually got to clean stuff up and slightly fettle it by hand to get it to fit properly. So this is my first print with these ones, and it probably needs to be just a little bit shade on the inside. Like I said, this is designed for the multiple bow systems from a £35 up to approximately the £120 limb. I certainly wouldn't use this on the £150 limb. I would go for the resin injected version, which actually only comes with a £150 Steambow. So I only recommend this for use up to the £90, possibly the £120 version, if you sand down the inside of the locking arms a little bit. It does pull back on the polymer and gives you a little bit of curvature to the design. Second issue, on the instructions it says use a 30mm screw, so you got a nice flush finish on the screw. Personally, I would use a 35mm, because when you screw in the one side, it pulls back on the bow limb on the mount, and it's an absolute bastard to screw the side in without using a pair of mole grips to clamp it down and then put your screws in. So if you haven't got a mole grips or a Stilson's or a pair of adjustables handy, you better go off with using 35mm screws M4 instead of 30mm. But yeah, I still think it's a really worthwhile piece of kit to add to your arsenal for in case of emergency SHTF, because you never know when things go downhill, internet's gone down, you've broken your eyes or wherever, you can't get hold of a new one because things are only ever in production for so long. So at least you got access to a replacement that will work. It will need a bit of fettling by hand, and it will solve the job. So details, okay, this is the most important thing if you want to get hold of one. You can download and print it yourself. Not everybody's got a 3D printer, not everybody's got the 3D rendering software, not everybody's got access to do things modern and technically. However, if you do have the facilities, it's over on Thingiverse. Go to thingiverse.com and it's under the file name Steambow AR.6. Steambow AR-6 Stinger 2 limb block. Okay. Other than that, I got some for sale over on eBay for use. Like I said, with the 55 and the £90 prod and the £75, they fine. For the £90, you'll just have to file a little bit of the inside of the block where it locks down in. Okay. So thanks for watching this one on the Steambow AR-6 riser block, and next we're going to do the survival custom stock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a minute.